production. Production.
What is going on, my patriots? How y'all guys doing? Welcome to another edition of Joel's News and Views, also known as Conservative News and Views. If it's your first time tuning in tonight, do me a favor, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell up top. Please like and share. Please like and share. With that being said, guys, we're going to go ahead on and jump into this. So tonight I decided to do a non-camera show. The reason being because I've just had a long day with this babysitting baby, me and my wife. I just don't feel camera ready. I've been on the camera all day on my sports channel. So yes, there will be no seeing of Joel tonight. I promise you, you will see me face to face, ready to go with no issues on Hood Conservative channel at 8 p.m. Sunday with Black Conservative Perspective. You probably won't see me none at all tomorrow because I am taking a mental day off. I've been reporting from the news, from my crime channel, and plus my sports channel for the longest. So I need a mental break, and I'm going to need it anyway because I have work on my new job. I ain't putting on no makeup. You ain't going to have me running around here looking crazy. You know I don't support that mess. Anyway, guys. Anyway, we got a lot to unpack tonight, man. We're gonna be talking about Kamala Harris, her debut on The View, even though The View had to leave because they got the COVID-19 positive tests, two of their guests. And by the way, to find any information about the COVID-19 and what it can do, relate to your CDC guidelines in your local doctor. I have to put that out so YouTube don't be on my ass. You know how they is lately. Now, for the rest of the show, we're going to be talking about what we've experienced this week. They're still pushing this racial narrative. They got, listen, y'all, we ain't going to have no border control, no border patrol. Them boys about to quit. Them boys is tired of this. They were talking some mad shit today because they got people out here thinking that they're the enemy. So they're done. They're not trying to do it. They're not trying to feel it. And I don't blame them. So, with that being said, don't be surprised if you do not see, I repeat, if you do not see Border Patrol agents at the border like they were at one point. The horses are suffering. They made the horses be in a stall. And y'all, let me tell you something. I don't know if anybody has ever experienced working around a horse ranch, but I had the pleasure to actually do that when I was a kid with my uncles. And horses got to have time out, okay? They have to be able to move around because there are such large animals. They just cannot be cooped up in a stall. And right now, that's what they got these horses doing, being cooped up in a stall. So this is by far disturbing. I mean, it's just, you can't make this up. You can't make this up at all. Now, as of tonight, I'm going to introduce y'all to the producers that I have. I told y'all that we got producers now in the building. The following are my producers. You got Roger. If Roger's not here, we usually have Mr. Jake Break Bill. And if it's not Mr. Jake, it's definitely Miss JH. She is also usually one of the producers. So, with that being said, if you have any problems with hearing my sound or is an echo going on or anything that's an inconvenience, you go in the chat, you let them know, and they will let me know. Okay? I don't need 30,000 people screaming, hey, we can't hear you. Just go to the producers. That's their job. Also, these are the same people that will have my email information when I put it out there on the main chat. They will probably recirculate that email information or my channel links. So thank you for the love. Yes. So these are my producers for now. If you want to be a producer, all you got to do is go ahead on and contact me, and I'll put you in the mix of crowd control. Also, starting next month, all of the real, I mean, I'm talking about where we can go raw and talk that good shit is going to be on Patreon. It's $5. I put it on the community post. I need 5 people to join. So that way 5 people can spread the word to other 5 people that this is a legit, not a waste of time, $5 on the Patreon. So that way when the government is acting the fool, we can go over there and really talk like we want to talk. Yeah, I saw that Mistakes Unlimited, and thank you for the email. And guys, listen, if I don't respond to the email or my office text, I have an office text number that I use for everybody that works with me on the show. Don't be in your feelings and thinking I'm ignoring you. I am a very busy man. I have 6 kids. I have 6 people I have to take care of, including myself. I have 4 kids, and I have a wife that y'all know also medical conditions. So I don't need anybody coming on the chat. So at me crazy talking about, well, I wrote you, man, and you didn't respond to me immediately. I listen. I will get to you. You just got to work with me. All right. And besides that, if we continue to grow, my wife will be handling my emails anyway. So when you start acting crazy with her, she gonna shut you off. She don't talk. She don't play that shit. All right. So we got the housekeeping's out the way. Let's go into the first story. Let's hear the drama begins, guys. The pandering begins. And guess what? I can't make this shit up. I really can't. Let's start with this. Now, the guy behind this picture, more say, is pissed off because you got people that's basically saying that he was the enemy the whole time. And they have really turned these people's life upside down. All right. Now, if people don't understand this or not, but Border Patrol agents work just as long or longer than cops do. They're away from their families for long periods of time. They are patrolling the border. And when you're doing that type of work, you don't have time for the horse shit. Okay? And this right here is what this is, because these folks are trying to make a living like everybody else. They're trying to do their job, but they can't do their job because you got people like AOC and the squad that time when they see something, or James Brown stunt double Maxine Waters want to scream out, "Oh my God, this is racist." When in reality, how is it racist?
Through migraine.
When did protecting the border become racist? That's all I want to know. When did it become racist? Now, in this news article here on Fox News, it says the photographer behind the viral images of the Border Patrol agents on horseback with Haitian migrants said the pictures that caused liberal outrage are being misconstrued, and he never saw anyone get whipped. You heard that right? No one was hurt doing this photography. You should have put that in there in the little notes. No one was hurt doing this photography exercise. Oh God, the liberals would have really lost their mind. Paul Ratchew photos were framed by some Democrats and liberal media members as showing agents using whips to corral Haitians trying to cross the border. But critics pushed back and said they were clearly hiding reins as they confronted them, and Rats backed them up. I've never seen them whip anyone, Rats told KTSM, and NBC affiliate in El Paso, Texas. He was swinging it, but it can be misconstrued when you're looking at the picture. And for people that don't know nothing about horses, this is how you know these jokers don't know nothing about horses. If they would have took the reins off to whip these jokers with the reins, they wouldn't have been able to control the horse. The horse would have been going all over the place. So where do you do that at? I'm just trying to figure out how were they able to think that these people can do that to the horse and have still positive control. It's fucking possible to do that. Now, the New Mexico-based photographer has been in Del Rio, Texas since last week and said he took pictures from Mexican side of the border. Some of the Haitian men started running, trying to go around the horses, Reddit said. Although it appeared clear to many that the horseback riders were using reins and no video or pictures ever showed anyone, here we go, being whipped, the narrative quickly spread among progressives and even reached the White House, which condemned the agents and ordered an investigation. Representative James Brown stunt double Maxine Waters, Democrat of California, who ain't done nothing forever, flatly accused the agents of whipping migrants, said the situation was worse than what she witnessed in slavery. Wait a minute, hold on. Rewind and take two. For you to witness slavery, Maxine Waters, you would have to be 280 damn years of age. Because slavery was way back in the day. Way back in the day. We're talking about 1850s, 60s, 80s. Yeah, you would have to be 280 to 300 years old to witness slavery. So rewind and hold that for somebody that you could blow smoke up their ass for. That nobody gonna believe that. Nobody's not gonna believe that. I'm just being real about it. I mean, this right here is crazy. I mean, I know she looked like she's 300 years old, but we all know that's not true. Okay? So she need to quit doing that shit. Talking about look like something she witnessed in slavery. You ain't even witnessed no slavery. Will you name one slave, Maxine, that you know of and you seen in American history that you was there, like you was really there, seeing them getting slave, getting beat like that? White House press secretary Jen Psaki was pushed from the left on the issue Thursday by some reporters such as liberal PBS journalist Yamachi Alcindor, who quoted critics who said the images look like slavery. These are images that are traumatizing Haitian Americans that he promised to treat respectfully and with humanity. Why isn't the president telling people himself these images that people say look like slavery are wrong? And that was Incendior asked. Now let's see Incendior. Now y'all don't know what Incendior is. This is the same helper that gave President Donald J. Trump all this damn drama when he used to be our president. This chick would find every disrespectful thing she could think of to try to get into the under the president's skin. She was the one that caused all the PBS and all the liberal media to be banned from the White House for almost a month because she don't know how to talk to people. So let me give y'all a snippet of this damn crazy ass helper here.
The president has often used his bully pulpit during the most important times in his administration. Why is he not using that bully pulpit to speak out forcefully himself on the treatment of patients?
I would say, Yamiche, certainly I've represented to you all his point of view. His point of view is also reflected in the actions that have been taken through the administration, including the investigation, including the change in policy. The Secretary of Homeland Security oversees these efforts and has been quite outspoken and quite visible on what steps we should take moving forward. And he certainly may still speak to it. Obviously, there's a lot of events happening here, including the UN General Assembly, COVID, and others, and I wouldn't rule that out.
And just to say, respectfully, I just have a couple more questions. Everyone else got questions in. Respectfully, I understand that you are the spokesperson for the president. These are images that are traumatizing Haitian Americans that he promised to treat respectfully and with humanity. Why isn't the president telling people himself these images that people say look like slavery are wrong? Me as president, I as president condemn them. How is he not doing that? Why is he not doing that? And what are people supposed to take away from the fact that he's not at the bully pulpit himself talking about these images?
Yamiche, I think people should take away that his actions make clear how horrible and horrific he thinks these images are, including an investigation, including a change of policy, including conveying clearly that this is not acceptable and he's not going to stand for this in the Biden-Harris administration. Our actions make that absolutely crystal clear, as have our engagements with a range of voices, a range of concerned advocates, members of Congress, and others who we want to communicate with, not just about our horror, but also about what our immigration policy is moving forward.
Kamala Harris sucks. I'm just going to be honest about it. She sucks. She has not been nowhere near that border. And when she went to get to the border, she went everywhere opposite to what she was supposed to. Now, these agents that were pictured, and by the way, these agents, they were Mexicano, are now at a desk. And they're talking about basically ruining these guys' career for doing what? Their job. And guess who's not backing them up? The border chiefs don't want to back them up. And you got Mayor Kakis, you know, the guy that's supposed to be the Department of Homeland Security, but really he's like a damn Walmart greeter. Yeah, that guy who works 12 hours a day greeting people via how can I put this? Virtual. Get out of here. So now these people ain't gonna have no job. We go to these chats right quick. I want to make sure everybody's a part of it. And don't forget to bless the chat. Hey, again, the link is below. If you want to be part of the Cash Out gang, all you got to do is hit that link below. It's got all the options to donate. All right, so you ain't got to just do super chats. But if you want to do a super chat, that's good too. All of it is good. It all helps out with this creation. All right. All right, I'm going to read some of these super chats. I'm not going to get them all, not super chat, but some of these chats. I won't be able to get them all, but I'm going to try to get as much as I can here. Starting with Lucky Sport. The Latinos ran Al Sharpton out of Rio Deal, Texas. You're right. He did. They did. They ran him out. You know why they ran him out? They ran him out because nobody's got time for the fakeness. These people are in the hot sun dealing with real fucking issues. They're seeing people with COVID coming through, all these diseases, and all you got is some guy who comes and pops up whenever he wants to be in the news for some damn spectacular shit that he's been doing for the past fucking 40-something years. Just like Joe Biden ain't about shit. Going back to your fucking damn apartment in New York, okay, sir? Eat your vegetables, because you done lost so much weight, you look like a skeleton. So eat your vegetables, all right? Drink your damn powdered milk and all that good shit, and let the professionals, people that really care about this country, do their damn job, because you're not one of them. Let's go over here to the next one here. The trash is horrible. Yeah, it is. Yeah, my man said Al didn't see that coming. No, he didn't. Al's too old. Al need to sit down somewhere. Your time under the sun is gone. And it's facts. We need real people right now. We need real people that care about America. We don't need somebody who's just going down there just to make some pictures, shake some hands, and then go back to eating what they've been eating. You know, worried about their fucking diets and Atkins diets and keto diets and all that horse stuff. We don't need that. We need real people right now. Yeah, he's a con man. He's going to be conning people even when he's in the grave. He's still going to have some kind of con going. Now, let's see what else has been going on. Now, I'm going to talk about a little bit, touch on this about Mayor Kakis doubles down on the Border Patrol criticism. And let me tell you, Mariakis, I'm not going to read all this because I'm going to tell you what he did. Mariakis did not back these guys up. He did not back these guys up. You are the Department of Homeland Security. These are your people. You're not backing them up. When you should have you work with the president and the vice president. You should have the balls to take them to the side and say, Mr. President or Mrs. Vice President, this is not what really went down. This is not what went down. But he didn't do that. He just sat there like a little bitch and let these people get railroaded. He let his guys down. You're not a leader. Mariakis is just, he's scared of everything. Mariakis in it for a check. That's all he in it for. He just wants the title and the check. He's not a leader. A real Department of Homeland Security guy would have been in that office, butting heads with the president and the vice president, saying this is crazy. My men did not do this. Because what they don't understand is these guys that's getting accused of this, their communities are that believe in that mess will confront them, and next thing you know, they're putting their lives in danger. And nobody talks about that.
Let's bring in Chris Wallace, anchor of...
Now, here is some of the this is what Harris also said about this situation, and then I'm also going to show y'all just a statement that Mariakis released, not backing these guys up, doubling down, being soft as Charmin.
Fox News Sunday, Chris, the president was asked a very pointed question about whether he bears responsibility for the situation there in Del Rio. He deflected and threw the Border Patrol under the bus. Listen here.
Of course, I take responsibility. I'm president, but it was horrible to see, as you saw. To see people treated like they did, horses barely running them over, people being strapped. It's outrageous. I promise you those people will pay.
So, Chris, not only did he change the subject, but he repeated what the photographer who took those photos says is a false narrative. He says nobody was strapped or whipped by those Border Patrol.
Yeah, I have to say, I was kind of impressed with the speed with which he pivoted from the border situation to going after the people on horseback. And you're exactly right. The photographer who took the pictures says that they weren't being whipped, that they were twirling their reins because that's how they control the horses. I have to say, I think it's a bad look seeing people on horseback pushing back people coming over the border illegally. But this goes to the whole question of the Biden policy, because he's saying it's more humane and we're letting people over, and then the result is they end up under a bridge in a terrible encampment and with horses, Border Patrol on horses trying to stop the flow. So what's humane? Having tough measures that prevent them from coming across the border in the first place, or opening the border and then ending up with this mess?
You know,
and guys, I paused it for a minute, okay? I paused it for a minute because I want y'all to hear what I got to say here. Texas has been known to be a beautiful state. My wife has also lived in Texas at one point. I don't think near the border, but they was always proud of how they kept their deserts, everything very much clean and very much, tourist ready. But to wake up and see your beautiful state filled with trash, filled with all this chaos, filled with thousands of immigrants living under a bridge like you just woke up. What's up, Maurice Delp? My dog. Man, me and Maurice got to do something, bro. But we'll get back to that in a minute. I mean, this is crazy. Like, you really sit here and ask yourself, how in the hell did we got here? But we know how we got here. We got here because of the failures of the radical left. That's how we got here. We got here because we got a whole bunch of Republicans, aka conservatives, that is soft as baby shit, that do not want to stand up and fight for this country because they too busy scared they're going to lose sponsors, lobbyists, and everything else. And now look at this. We're living in a holy mess. That's what we really is. And it's affecting not only just us as citizens, now it's affecting the Border Patrol, the people that are supposed to protect us, supposed to make sure that we can lay our head at night and not worry about any foreign or domestic terroristic threat. Let me continue with this.
In terms of changing the subject, this administration seems to be speaking with one voice now. Listen to what Kamala Harris said on The View earlier today.
I was outraged by it. It was horrible and deeply troubling. There's been now an investigation that is being conducted, which I fully support, and there needs to be consequence and accountability.
No, as you said, you can question the appropriateness of using horses to stop migrants from coming across the border, but she says that was the horrible image, not the image of 15,000 people living in squalor under a bridge.
Or that flood that you just saw of people coming across that dam into Del Rio. I mean, again, it gets to the question of whether supposedly humane acts, rolling back some of the Trump policies, remain in Mexico. Yeah, that was bad, and it meant that a lot of people were living in Mexico. The flip side of it is that you have people feeling the door is more open, coming across the border and ending up in very bad situations here. One of the reasons that the president was pushing back so hard, and Kamala Harris also pushing back so hard, because they're taking heat on this particular part of the issue, on the border crisis, about the horses and the alleged whipping from the left, from their base, as opposed to taking it from the right.
Yeah.
And I'm going to interject here and proceed on to the next part of the show. But I got something to say with that video. I'm not going to play it all because it's just 5 minutes long, and I want to get to the point. Let me tell y'all something. The reason why we had in place for people to stay their ass where they was at is due to the fact of the matter, we are a sovereign nation, free republic. To be a part of this amazing nation, it's just like trying to be a part of the Mile High Club back in the day. There's levels to this shit. You got to register. You got to prove to me that you ready to be a part of the most notorious, most amazing nation on this planet. You just can't just show up when you want to. You know how it works. I mean, come on now. They're like somebody just go up here and show up at freaking that Met Gala they had without a $30,000 ticket. You think they're gonna let them in? Not elites ain't gonna let you in. They don't know you. It's how we are. This is the elite nation, baby. We don't know you. You got to stay in your little country. You wait till we look at what you got going on. Okay, so what? Your country's a little rough right now. I don't know. Maybe you got to build a tent and hide under a bridge. I don't know what to tell you. But when we give you the call and you come in here because you did it the right way, I promise you, you are in the land of milk and honey. We will look out for you long as you done it through reason. See, that's what people don't understand about us as conservatives. We don't hate migrants. We don't hate any immigrations. We don't hate that shit. We just hate the way it's being done because it's not done the right way. That's what we're saying. Just do it the right way. Because if everybody else would have came in this country without paying their dues, paying their taxes, finding the proper jobs, working from the bottom up under the table till they got legal and working the way they are now, we would have a whole this nation would have been fell apart. But it's on the road to it now. Can't take these jokers serious, man. You can't. And then Kamala Harris on The View, you can go to The View, but you still can't go to the border. You ask that broad about when she visiting the border, she gets snappy at your ass. She started talking about everything but the border. She started talking about how cookies taste in fucking Chicago, how Guatemala was a great area where you could get all these damn foreign dishes and shit, but she can't tell me how she cannot go to the border and find out why in the world, since you the border czar, is the border in a wholly complete mess. And since you so scared of COVID, they had two COVID guests, two COVID hosts. Two hosts that was diagnosed with COVID. Why in the world didn't you just cancel the show, Kamala? Y'all say that y'all so scared of COVID so damn bad. Yeah, she ain't been to Europe. Oh, don't worry. She'll be over there soon. She'll be everywhere except for where? The border. Always remember that. Kamala is allergic to the border. Going to the border to her is like a hoe going to damn church. It doesn't make sense. You know I ain't lying. You know I ain't lying. So we're going to see what else that has gone on in the news. So I don't know if y'all heard this or not, but another Cuomo brother is in the news. Yeah, man. Yeah. Another Cuomo brother is in the news. I guess Chris Cuomo forgot that he still has some dirty laundry in the closet because this ABC executive is calling him out on his fuck shit. So Lindsey Bowling is talks about Chris Cuomo and an incident she had. And she said it happened back in 2005. Now, she said that in 2005, she claimed that Chris Cuomo squeezed her butt at the event, and when the two of them worked at the ABC News. Then he basically told her, well, this is something I always wanted to do. You're not my boss anymore. And he was 34 at the time. Now, after he did that, now this is how diabolical the younger brother is. He knew that one day this might come back to bite him in the ass. So he wrote this woman a detailed email telling her he was sorry, he apologized, he just, he want to make everything right. And she just basically she just called him out because she saw that he keeps talking about he's all about women doing the right thing. Oh, Stephanie, that's funny. So now, since he's being called out on it, CNN ain't saying nothing. She says she don't want him to get fired. How much you want to bet that she's gonna cause a ruckus to the point that CNN gonna have to go up here and toss him to the side? This woman got a lot of power. She is an ABC, used to be an ABC exec. She got a lot of power, so she ain't no small person. So if she came out with this, I don't think that this is gonna go away lightly. I think there's levels to what she's doing. I think she's setting up a trap for old boy. I think she knows that there's maybe more women out there because usually when women of that kind of power come forward like that, they got an agenda. And usually it's always a whole bunch of other people following. Well, yeah, Cart Gamer, that's true. But you got to remember, too, now, CNN got an image they got to protect. At the end of the day, it's about image, man. I mean, they already shitting ratings. They're not doing that well. AT&T want to sell them, so you got to do something, right? So if you got to sacrifice a lamb, you can always either sacrifice Chris Cuomo. I mean, he's only a white guy, Now, if it was Don Lemonade, they can't do that. That'd be controversial. They'll lose their base that they're trying to put the wool over their eyes. So, yeah. So, I'm going to keep an eye on that story. And I'm quite sure it's going to turn into something bigger. I don't know why I got that feeling. But nobody just says something like that and you apologize with there not being an agenda. There's an agenda there. Definitely an agenda. All right, y'all. So we got to talk about what's going on in these schools. I don't know if y'all heard about this. Now, this is so disturbing this week. A Virginia mom confronts the school board over graphic sexual materials in school. Guys, listen. The kids we have now, what our kids is going through in school now is we don't have to worry about the kids. It's not the other peers. It's really the teachers. The teachers is what you got to be concerned with, because there is a lot of these so-called extra woke teachers in these school systems, and they do not have they don't know nothing about traditional values or anything for the nuclear family. They out here wanting children to feel like that they want children to be backwards and opposite of all traditions. So if you teach your child that it's okay to be in a family with a mom and a dad, you know, siblings, and I don't know, 2 dogs or something like that, they'll tell them the opposite. You get my drift? So yeah, it's borderline child abuse. Now, this Virginia mom was confronting her school board over the pornographic material and is going viral after she read aloud graphic text and displayed the shocking images in question. Now, the clip showed a mother of 6, Stacy Langton, whose 2 eldest kids attend Fairfax High School, first explaining during her speaking time at Wednesday's night Fairfax County Public School Board meeting that after seeing stories about certain pornographic books in other school districts around the country, she decided to check the titles at her own kid's school. Sure enough, Lawton was able to check out 2 books she had seen other parents protest: Law and Boy by Jonathan Evision and Gender Queer, a Memoir by Maya Korbab at the Fairfax High School Library. Both of these books include pedophilia, Laney told the board. Sex between men and boys? One book describes a 4th grade boy performing you know what on an adult male. The other book had detailed illustrations of a man doing something with an underage child. Y'all listen. Y'all know good and blame well, we from the old school. If you an 80s kid, if you're really a 90s kid, if you was born in the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, or the 60s, and the 50s, and so on, that follow my broadcast, you know good and damn well that our family, our parents did not tolerate that shit. You better not even have a swimsuit damn book around you or whatever have you when you was a kid. You know, when I was a kid, my great-grandma was so tough on me about seeing anatomy at a young age that I could not look at Ebony Women of the Week until I was damn 13 years old. She caught me looking at one of them women. Boy, you was a child. Give me that. You don't have that now. You don't have that. Now you got these teachers grooming these children to be violated. That's grooming. You know I ain't lying. Why you think we see so many female teachers now, especially a lot of these female teachers involved with underage students? Because of shit like this right here in the school. They grooming them. They grooming young kids. And it's sad. It really is. Who would want to teach out of a book for reproductive health about a child getting violated by an adult? Like, that don't even sound normal at all. That sounds so disgusting. But this is that woke culture. This is that woke culture, man. And you know what that is? I tell you what happened. Ever since we took prayer and corporal punishment out of the school system, we have been a fucked up nation. I came from an era where if you act up when you was in elementary school, that the principal had the authority and signed authority to paddle your ass 3 times if it was severe, 1 time if it was something light, 2 times it was in between. Now, You can't do that no more. And I understand. Yeah, child abuse laws, whatever. All right, I respect that. Okay. But then I remember that we used to say a prayer before we used to stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Every school I used to go to, we used to say a prayer. It stopped right around I got in middle school. Prayer was taken out the school. That was back in the 90s. Right around 95, 96, they stopped the prayer in school because this one kid was a Muslim, and I understand that's his religion, and they was forcing him to pray, and he did not believe in that. He was Allah. Okay, I'm not, like I said, nothing against people that follow me that's Muslim. That's your thing. I respect your religion. But because of that, they just said bump it instead of solving it by saying, okay, if you don't want to participate, you can, remain silent and let them do their thing and proceed on with your day. They just took it all out of school. They just said, have a moment of silence. Now you have a moment of silence, you can think of any goddamn thing. Anything. Yeah, man. But this is where we at. So this is the new. This is the new. Me and my wife was definitely talking about that recently. We was talking about how times has changed when we was a kid. And I get it, it's a different generation. I understand. I mean, y'all know how it is now. I mean, even with your young kids, with kids now, you can't talk to kids like you did back then. I mean, now, kids are far more intelligent, far more vocal. There's a time where, if you was a kid when in our era and you had to voice your opinion, 9 out of 10, it didn't go well for you. But now, in this era here, it's a give or take. But then there is a line that you cannot cross when it comes to being a parent to a child. Yes, of course. But it's just that kids now are a little bit more diverse. Yeah, you're right, Stephanie. And I'm going to this right here. I ain't forgetting y'all. I'm finna hit it right quick. When you said that now the teacher that was kids pledging to the rainbow flag is fired. People telling their real age. One of my people said 1970. I was in the second grade. Okay. On the way the children had yeah, everybody remember those days. Yeah. Your kids can call the cops on you now. Yeah, they do. Guess who taught them that? Them liberals taught them that. Liberals are teaching your kids now that you ain't got to get you ain't supposed to hug your kids. They teaching these kids as young as as preschool, you do not have to get a hug for your mama and daddy. And see, Mistakes Unlimited, you from a different cloth. Like you just said, 1970, you was the second grade, so you from a different cloth. You know what I'm saying? And your kids is from a different cloth era. Now, these kids now, shit, you don't have that. I mean, you got a lot of parents try to be their kid's best friend. I tell my kids like this: I'm your parent first. When you become an adult, you start paying bills. Then we can work on best friendships. Right now, my responsibility is to help you get to the next level. And speaking of kids getting violated, I'm finna wrap this up because I gotta soon get my son. I hate that because we having a good damn chat tonight. But you know what I'm saying? But we gotta keep it real. This story right here about to trip y'all out. Let me find this story. Man, I showed my wife today. I just gotta find it. I know this story right here is gonna make y'all want to say, I'm so glad that we talk about this every day, because we talk about every family needs to be protected. So give me 1 second here. Here we go. I got to talk about this story. Guys, I tell people all the time we talk about this on the show. that fathers are important in the home. Okay? Fathers do more than, like Jericho Green always say, step and kill on spiders and get stuff that you can't reach in the cabinet because they're tall, or reach up and pick some stuff up around the house that is too heavy. All right? Fathers are protectors. And let me show you this story here. An Oklahoma dad hops into action when he sees a man touching his boy inappropriately at the bus stop. And before I go into detail, this is a trigger warning. If you are not used to hearing what I'm about to say about what happened in this story because it involves a minor, please step out of the room now. Okay? Because I know some people have a trigger warning, some people are sensitive, and I respect that. But I have to do that for YouTube's sake. All right? Because this is viewers' discretion and ears advised. All right? Now, so I put that out there.
Freedom of
I'm about to go up here and talk about what this dad did. If I can get this thing to stop playing in the background. And by the way, too, guys, everybody that's donating, I'm telling you now, everything's going to upgrading, because the next major upgrade is going to get a better computer, a better Apple computer with a better processor, because this one is a little out of date.
Find a way.
All right.
We as conservatives have ultimate
faith. The birthplace of Jesus.
Give it to God. He is doing this for a reason.
This is about doing better.
There is a way to find justice.
Absolutely beautiful.
And it always
All right. I'm trying to stop this.
leads to this.
At home with me, Paula Dean. Absolutely beautiful.
And it all leads to this.
We should learn from the history.
Mr. Gorbachev.
All right, hold on. I'm trying to get this to stop. All right. Jesus. All right, now.
Tear down this wall.
God, if I could get this joint to stop.
With me, Paula Dean.
All right, y'all, hold on. I gotta stop sharing it. All right, y'all, give me a moment. I gotta refresh this thing because I'm trying to keep it from playing. I don't want it to play. Hopefully it'll get off. All right. Now let me show you the story. Yeah, man. That's where I'm at. What's going on, A-Rod in the building? And I appreciate all of y'all that come in every night. Every time I do a live, it's the same 12 people, and I appreciate y'all. I'd rather have y'all 12 every night than having 500 and 600 people. I'm being real, because at the end of the day, it's loyalty. So I appreciate y'all, man, so much. I really do. Y'all like family, so thank you. I got you, A-Ron. I know you want to be a producer. I got you, man. We will get that set up. You're just gonna have to send me a link to your channel, or I'll find it one way or the other. We'll figure it out. We'll get you a wrench. If you already signed up as a member, you automatically can get a wrench. And then we'll put you as a producer. All right, finally stop. All right, so a father in Oklahoma City tackled a local pastor seen inappropriately touching his son at a bus stop, leaving the suspect with a cracked skull and a bloody mugshot. Let's show you that artwork right here. That's the pastor right there. This man don't even need to be called a pastor. Look at this scumbag here. 33-year-old looking every bit of a nasty ass perverted 80-year-old scumbag. This is what this guy did. Inappropriately touching children. Now, the boy told police and he told his dad that Monday, this joker right here that I got in this picture was jogging by the bus stop and put his hands on this boy behind inside of his pants. Now the boy was taken aback. He did like he's supposed to. He told his daddy. Daddy said, all right, don't you worry about it, son. We're going to go to the bus stop together in the morning. And I'm going to be right in the car and I'm going to film everything. And when he do touch you, son, don't you worry. Daddy will be there to protect you. You hear that? That's what a father's supposed to say. Don't you worry, son. If he touch you, I'll be there to protect you. That's what a father does. Got in that car, started recording, and next thing you know, he see this joker jog by his son, and this, mind you now, other minors is at the bus stop. He turns around, jogs right back to his son again, and touched that man's son. And this guy is in his car recording this man violating his son, thinking that, I guess he think in his mind that he can do whatever he want because he's a pastor. Well, let's say, nope, daddy wasn't charged. Daddy went through, came out that car. You know how that song that girl be saying, coming in like a wrecking ball. Yeah, that's what he did. And cracked that fool's skull and beat that ass. Now, I do not promote violence on this channel. But when it comes to your children and they are in danger, you have my blessing to whoop ass. And that's exactly what he did. And when he did, the police didn't charge him. In fact, the police called and said, you are one hell of a good parent. And now the church is now involved and find out what this dirty bastard been doing. Now they're going to have to investigate and see, because he's a youth pastor. Now they got to look up and see if he touched any other kids in the church. And I guarantee you he has. Because nobody gets that bold and do something like that if they ain't done it before. That's facts. And let me tell you about guys like this. They don't like real men. They don't like people that fight back. They get very uncomfortable. There's a few 3% of these jokers that actually got some fight and kill a game. Now, he didn't get charged. The dad ain't charged at all. Dad's good. The dad was considered protecting his child. It's a 9-year-old, this man was doing that. I mean, and y'all, this is the same thing we talked about in California, what happened to that lady at the spa. Everybody gave that black woman grief because she was not comfortable with her daughter and her being around a man who's supposed to be a transgender, but he's got his member out in front of everybody and the shower. All these women in the shower, in the sauna. Come to find out this guy was a sex offender. They don't never talk about that. You will never hear the left admit that they were wrong. They'll say, like they ain't never heard it. So like they say in the military, bravo Zulu to that man. Michael Coghill, bravo fucking Zulu to you, sir. You did everything a father's supposed to do. You have no reason to be ashamed at all. The man who beat up and defended his child in the midst of danger, bravo Zulu. And you know what? This is what parents don't understand. These women are going out here telling these children that they don't need no damn father. When a father step up like that, when a father steps up like that, that makes that male, that child, that makes that male child grow up and be the same way. To be courageous, to be bold, and to be a man. That's what we need right now in America for our youth. We don't have that right now. We really don't. We got all these jokers running around here drinking soy milk and shit and being soft as damn Charmin. So we got to. But anyway, guys, I got to wrap it up here. My son just called my wife and told me it's time for me to get him from work. I just want to give y'all a good solid hour of my time. So please like, share, and subscribe. Also, go to my community post and subscribe to the Patreon. It's $5 a month. We can get it in over there and really cut the damn fool and talk about the stuff we need to talk about without getting deemed. All right? By YouTube. All right, so check the community post. The link is live, or in this post right here. The links is on there. Sign up. Let's get it in. I love you guys. Take care of yourself and each other. I'm out.